In 2007, Democrats took back Congress after 12 years of Republican rule, and they promised a new openness and transparency in the legislative process. They put forward a series of rule changes to that end, including allowing any member to put forward amendments on the floor to appropriations bills. Republicans in the opposition at the time used that to put forward a series of politically charged amendments, and lawmaking really ground to a halt at that point. So Democrats were forced to pull that back. Now, as the Republicans have just taken the 118th Congress, and late yesterday they instituted their own series of rule changes which promise a return once again to regular order. Their heart is in the right place. There is no question they and Democrats had every reason to be frustrated at the end of the lame duck session just a few weeks ago when Congress pushed through a $1.7 trillion appropriations bill over 4,000 pages, and very few people had time to read through it, understand it, digest it, or certainly debate it. So there's no question their heart is in the right place as they move towards more transparency and openness. But the question is, are they going to be any more successful in doing that than Democrats were in 2007? Or similarly, are we going to see the business of the people is impossible to do at that point? And if that's the case, maybe it's time in this country we have a real concerted discussion about real structural reform in Congress. And this may need to happen not just with new rules changes that the parties institute when they take over every 2 or 4 or 6 or 10 years, but maybe the discussion needs to be even broader than that. Maybe it needs to involve maybe even constitutional or certainly extra constitutional structural reform.